Hello, Augsburg University alumni and supporters. Coach Bateman here, coming to you from the world headquarters of Augsburg University Baseball, located in the lower level of Cy Melby Hall. And today, I'm joined with a new assistant to our baseball program, Mr. Brock Peterson. And a new should probably be in quotations because he's been with us for a couple months, but thought we'd roll something out here to our alumni and supporters and get to know you a little bit more. So I appreciate you joining me on this first one, Brock.
Hey, thanks for having me, Coach. Glad to be a part of Aggie Nation. So excited to get going this spring, and it's been a wild fall and winter.
Yeah. You found a great background too. I mean, I'm down here in the lower level in the old dungeon, and leave it to you to find might be one of the perfect backdrops here at Augsburg.
Hey, been scouting, been walking around the facility and searching things out like this. So need to find my spots to go.
I love it. Hey, is this your first time? When you were first hired, was it the first time you'd been here to Augsburg?
Actually, it wasn't. To tell you the truth, my dad was a coach, did some assistant coaching in the MIAC with basketball, and so I went in the Augsburg gym and watched MIAC basketball games, and then being a part of the MIAC conference in baseball in college, playing at Parade Stadium. So it's and it was fun to play the Aggies. So it's finally be a part of it. It's pretty cool.
Well, you look better in maroon. And I swear you look very similar to a kid I met with in the admissions office, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I have no idea. You have a similar name. You look very similar.
Hey, you got me this time around.
Well, Brock, hey, go through your background a little bit. Obviously we can talk about the whole recruiting process back in the day, but give us your background as far as where you're from, your college experience, and then coming up to be hired here in the fall.
For sure. Yeah, no, it started off where I was born. Born and raised Cannon Falls, Minnesota, southeastern action down there. Born and raised there, was a Bomber, and then graduated from there, went to Northwestern St. Paul. My freshman year, played basketball and baseball there, and eventually transferred to Gustavus to be a part of the MIAC conference, and ended up playing baseball there, and got my bachelor's in Phy Ed and health. And after I graduated, just been kind of all over the place. It's been weird, but went to Wabasso, Minnesota. It's about a town of 500, farming community. I was probably the one that wasn't related to anybody there. But it was a cool experience. Got to coach some junior high football, some JV basketball, and some junior high baseball, and taught Phy Ed and health. It was fun. It was fun. So now I'm here.
Yeah, and that's been something that's been cool and unique that you bring to our program and bring in is legitimate coaching background for a year. Granted, high school level, whatever, but you were also a student assistant with the Gustavus basketball program. So it's rare that you get a graduate assistant that has that much of a coaching background already on the old resume. Mm-hmm. And speaking of the resume, what's something that you can tell us about yourself that wasn't on your resume?
It's probably sitting right next to you on a piece of paper on the desk. It's a wiffle ball field owner. Oh, yeah. Granted, it wasn't my house it was at. It's my parents' house. They're the owners, so I had to go through them. But wiffle ball field owner, we had a wiffle ball field named Walmart Field because Target Field was taken by the Twins. So, they kind of followed us, is what we said. But it was
you were the trendsetter.
We were the trendsetters, yes. Yeah. But it was every summer we'd get it set up, play Tuesday and Thursday nights with the neighborhood, and they'd come around, they'd see the floodlights going, and come play some wiffle ball. So
now, did the neighbors complain about it? You'll get that sometimes up here in the city where you'll have a ballpark, I don't know, maybe Parade Stadium, that's been there forever with the lights, and then somebody moves in knowing that there's a field with lights there, and they complain when the lights are on past 10 o'clock.
Right. We never had problems. They came over and chose the drinks they had, and they had a good time. They were the fans in the stands, and so they were all for it. They loved wiffle balls staying in their yards. They'd find them after winter and toss them back over in the yard from some home run balls. But no, they were all for it. It was fun. It was fun.
Awesome. Now, I do have to ask too, when you were at Northwestern and Gustavus, and you and I we looked this up just for fun, you hit like 600 against the Augies. The times that your teams defeated the Augies, you had an RBI. What did I tick you off at some point, or what was that motivation to beat the Augies?
You know, I was kind of thinking about it today after we kind of were talking, and I was thinking, were you calling the pitches those games, or what was the deal?
No, because if I would have been calling the pitches, you probably would have hit 800.
No, it was just playing against the Aggies. It was just always, you knew you were going to get a good game, and you knew you were going to face some good quality guys, and you kind of had to step up to the plate and know that it's going to be a tough battle. Every pitch, and that's kind of what brought it out of me. And if you're playing third base, you kind of need to gain the respect being next to the opposing team's dugout. So can't get chirped over there that way.
Yeah, you can't kick a couple balls and strike out, pop up to the catcher. You gotta show if you don't want guys talking to you, right?
Right.
So what have you been excited about with being here at Augie? Like I said, you've been through what we did have as a fall, and what are you excited about here at Augsburg in your first couple months, and then even moving forward?
Right. And, you know, we kind of came in with a unique situation with COVID and stuff, but just getting to know the guys and being around them, and being able to not have to go certain directions when you can't cross paths with everything. Just getting to know the guys and the coaches a little bit better, and just playing baseball. That's the big part. And in spring coming up here, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, is getting on that grind and getting to know you guys a little better, and just playing baseball again.
Yeah, and as you've kind of been privy to some conversations here lately, it sounds like, you know, we're moving forward in a positive direction to be able to have some kind of a season and some kind of a spring this year. So I know that's been really an exciting turn of events here recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Brock, I appreciate you you taking the time to head to a different area so we could do this. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with Augie Nation before we cut this bad boy off?
Hey, just get it rolling. Good. Glad to be in some Augsburg Maroon. And like you always say best, go Augies.
That's right. Amen, brother. Go Augies.
Go Augies.
Thanks, Brock.